guys, Matt here and welcome to my fragrance obsession. Hope you're all doing very well today. Now in this review I thought I would come outside in the garden because it's actually quite a nice sunny day, and I thought that I would review this very special fragrance. Now this is a fragrance that I bought yesterday from Sports Direct, which is actually a sports shop here in the UK that have recently just started selling fragrances, and this is a scent that I've always wanted to try, and I actually managed to find a 30ml bottle of this for like a £5, so great value for money in my opinion, considering this is a pretty strong fragrance, but it smells really good, and the fragrance is Sun by Jill Sander. Now this is the original fragrance for women, by the way, but I actually think that this fragrance is very unisex. In 2002, the company of Jill Sander actually brought out a men's version of this called Sun Men. But that fragrance is actually really hard to come by, so I thought that I would just check out this fragrance, see what it's like, and do a full review on it. So yeah, this is a great scent. Now let's go ahead and talk about the presentation for Sun by Jill Sander. Now the presentation for Sun by Jill Sander is pretty simplistic. There's not really a lot to really say about this bottle design, but it is actually pretty cool. It's like an opaque white glass bottle. We get Jill Sander in the Jill Sander logo right there. We get Eau de Toilette natural spray, then we get Sun in very bold writing, bright orange underneath there. It's kind of got this classic sort of sunscreen sort of look to it, which I really do think really captures the name of the fragrance, which of course is Sun. It's meant to invoke like a beachy fragrance, so yeah, definitely a really cool name for this fragrance. I really do like the bottle design though, it's really cool. Cap comes off like this and we get the atomizer, which is kind of got this really classic feel to it. I really do like that about this, but that's pretty much all, and it's made by Coty Prestige, and yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to it. So let's just go ahead and talk about the fragrance itself. Here we go. Now this perfume was actually created by the perfumer of Pierre Bourdon, who has created quite a lot of historic fragrances like Kouros by Yves Saint Laurent. He's also created Cool Water by Davidoff, and he's also credited for a fragrance by the company of Frederic Malle, which is a fragrance called French Lover. I actually have a sample of that fragrance and I really do like it. So let's go straight ahead and talk about the notes for this fragrance. Here we go. Now the top of this fragrance opens up with the notes. We get bergamot, blackcurrant, and rosewood. So let's go ahead and spray it. Yeah, we'll spray it on here. Sprayer? Pretty decent sprayer. Here we go. Now the opening of this fragrance is actually very cool, because it actually reminds me of the smell of suntan lotion. Like when I was a kid, when I was like 3, 4, maybe even 5 years old, my mum used to coat me in so much suntan lotion, it was ridiculous. You know, it's a thing like a parent would do for their child, you know, they would just put you in so much suntan lotion. And when I think back of the smell, this fragrance really does capture the smell of that suntan lotion being on my skin as a kid. Yeah, it's really nice. It's very powdery, it's very floral. I do get a lot of citruses as well from that bergamot though. This is a very nice smell, very nice. Now, even though it's intended for women, this is definitely a unisex scent, without a doubt. It's just really good. It's got this sort of like very strong floral take on it, a lot of white florals. I get a lot of lily. I don't know if lily's in this fragrance. Oh, would you look at that? Lily actually is in this fragrance. It's like a white lily, like a cotton smell, with a very nice citrus smell. Really good. It actually reminds me a little bit of Cacharel's Lulu. But this one has a bit more of a softer cotton smell to it, whereas Lulu's very strong on the with the notes of tuberose. It's also got a lot of iris in there, and I think mimosa is also a very strong ingredient in Cacharel's Lulu. But this fragrance is very similar to it. But this is great. This is a really nice scent, guys. Definitely not just for women. Definitely a unisex scent, in my opinion. In terms of the middle notes, we get jasmine, lily of the valley, orange blossom, and violet. So once the fragrance has been on your skin for about an hour, maybe not even that, maybe about half an hour to an hour, the fragrance starts to mellow out with the citruses, and then you just get this very dry, powdery, slightly soapy, creamy smell. That suntan lotion smell is actually starting to come on very strong after that hour mark. The Lily of the Valley note definitely opens up stronger. You get a lot of violet. And the Orange Blossom as well. I think the Orange Blossom was probably stronger in the opening than it is in the middle. But yeah, wonderful, wonderful fragrance. And in terms of the dry down, guys, we get the notes of patchouli, sandalwood, vanilla, tobacco, and benzoin. Now, I don't really get the dry down of this. I mean, I know this is an old perfume. It came out in 1989, so dominant notes like the vanilla, the tobacco, and the benzoin. So really the dry down consists of a lot of creamy notes. So we do get that suntan lotion smell that pretty much doesn't leave you throughout the whole scent life. And what we get is this very slightly creamy combination of benzoin and vanilla, with a bit more of a woody smell. So that sandalwood is definitely dominant in the dry down. But great fragrance, guys, in my opinion. This is definitely not a female fragrance. I think this is definitely a unisex scent. Great. Really, really like this one. Would I wear this in the summer? Maybe. It does have a dated vibe to it, and it may be a little bit too floral, and it might even be a little bit too heady, because of course it is an old perfume. It did come out in the late 80s, 1989, so maybe. I might try it out. There's no harm in trying it. So yeah, that is my review, guys, for this fragrance, which is Sun by Jill Sander. Where did I put the cap? Got it. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. Keep smelling good. Let me know what you think of this fragrance in the comments below, and I will get back to you. Bye bye, guys. See you around.